Good morning. I'm Dr. Judy Thomas, Educational Advancement Foundation Ambassador in Cluster 5, which is in the state of Georgia. I'm delighted to welcome you to our Scholarship Awareness session today. Thank you for tuning in to obtain valuable information to impact your future. This morning, you will receive specific details regarding merit and financial needs scholarships, fellowships, and the Community Assistance Grant offered through the Educational Advancement Foundation, Incorporated. Moreover, you will learn the step-by-step process to be considered for these scholarships and these opportunities, as well as ways to ensure that you are completing all of the necessary requirements to be selected as a recipient. As a result of your participation, you will gain awareness and knowledge to seek various monetary sources to support your academic achievement and your educational journey. Now, before we begin, I would like to introduce our host for this morning, Mrs. Crystal Pruitt, who is the South Atlantic Region Educational Advancement Representative. In this position, Ms. Pruitt is responsible for coordinating the EAF activities in the states of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. We are very pleased to have her extraordinary leadership in this capacity, and I'd like to welcome her at this time. Ms. Pruitt?
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. Thomas, for that warm introduction. Before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to share a few programming announcements. Our session today is hosted in a webinar format, so if you have questions or comments related to the session, feel free to use the Q&A and chat function below. Also, a replay of the broadcast will be posted later across our social media channels. Next, we'll hear greetings from the Honorable Tiffany Moore Russell, South Atlantic Regional Director of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Good morning. I am Tiffany Moore Russell, the South Atlantic Regional Director for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I am delighted to have the opportunity to welcome you to our EAF Know Before You Apply Scholarship Information Session. Our goal here today is to raise awareness of the vital role scholarships play in reducing student loan debt and expanding access to higher education. Each year, thousands of dollars go unawarded, mostly due to a lack of applicants. So we are on a mission to change the dynamic by sharing information about scholarships made possible through the Sororities Education Advancement Foundation. We want to help you soar to greater heights of learning. So thanks to the generosity of so many donors and corporate sponsors, we can award college scholarships to deserving students each year. So please take advantage of this valuable information and share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Madam Regional Director, for those uplifting remarks this morning. Soaring to greater heights of academic achievement is our national programmatic theme. And the mission of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Educational Advancement Foundation, Incorporated, is to promote lifelong learning. This is accomplished by securing charitable contributions, gifts, and endowed funds to award scholarships, fellowships, and community assistance awards. Our next speaker this morning is Cassandra Johnson, EAF Ambassador from Cluster 5.
Thank you, Mrs. Pruitt. So now let's talk about how you can actually navigate the AKA EAF website to find a scholarship, endowment, or fellowship to meet your needs. So let's go to the site, the AKA EAF site. You want to make sure you have this site handy at all times. It's akaeaf.org. That's akaeaf.org. So everything you need to know about AKA EAF is at this website. Now, to find a scholarship, endowment, or fellowship, because those are the three options that we have, you would actually go to the navigation bar and click on scholarships specifically. When you go to the scholarship section, it'll actually have all of our options available. So scholarship, you can see you can start a search there and give you more information on our scholarship section. Fellowships, same thing, it'll give you more information there. And of course, endowments. And this page also even has community assistance awards just for your reference. But let's scroll back up to the top for scholarships and say you want to do a search on a specific scholarship. You would click on Start Search. And this you can actually filter for your search to make it a little bit easier to find the options that are available to you. So for example, there are 448 different types of scholarships, fellowships, and endowments available. Let's start with scholarships. So you would click on scholarship. If you're an undergraduate and you're looking for an undergraduate scholarship, you would click on undergraduate. If you're a member of the sorority, you can click on yes, or if you're not, no, and to filter there. If you are looking for scholarships specific to HBCUs, you would click on HBCU. And also, if you're male or female, you would click female, for example. If you want to narrow it down to the region level, you could do that as well. But for these purposes, we'll just do a couple of filters to make it a little bit easier. And as you can see at the bottom, it'll show your results. So it says 5 matches. You would click Show Results, and this will show you all of your search results. So all of the scholarships, as you scroll down, you will see ones based on financial need. Everything that is available for you to apply for that meets those criteria will show up. And it'll also give you the deadline, more information, and a button for you to apply now. So I'm just scrolling through so you can see the scholarships that are available based on those filters. So let's go back up. And actually, we're going to start with the financial needs scholarship. So when you go to apply for a scholarship, you click on Apply Now. And this is what will take you to create your account. Now, you would actually put in a username, and you can put in a password. It has to be at least 12 letters and numbers, and with a special character as well. But you would click on New User Registration. And so then you would put in, this is where you would fill in all of your information. So I'm just going to create a mock account. And then you would click Submit. So now you've created your account on the AKA EAF portal, and you will now be able to see all of the scholarships, endowments, and fellowships that are available to you. And you can literally click on one that you want to choose and start completing your information. And that is pretty much it. It'll walk you step by step through everything that you need to fill out and everything that you need to attach. Now, if you have any questions, please make sure you put all of your questions in the Q&A. And I thank you for allowing me to show you the AKAEF site. Make sure that you put akaeaf.org on your saved websites. And we look forward to receiving your scholarships. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Mrs. Pruitt.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Johnson, for sharing ways for us to navigate around the website. Your presentation was amazing and certainly provided us some valuable information. At this time, if we have the scholarship flyer up so that we can share that, Just want to point out that the scholarship flyer is for cluster endowments here in the South Atlantic region, which is comprised of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Students can apply for our South Atlantic region scholarship as well. You'll notice the QR code, so simply scan the QR code for more details. You will have until January the 5th, and I know the holidays are coming up, but January the 5th is our deadline. So please make sure that you apply early, January the 5th, and you can go to akaeaf.org for more information and details. Again, this is available in the South Atlantic region, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Thank you so much. Now I'll check in with our tech team to see if we have any questions.
Yes, Mrs. Pruitt. The first question is, may I apply for a scholarship through EAF each year while enrolled in college?
Yes. Scholarships are one-time awards based on merit need, and it's available to our sophomore and beyond full-time students earning degrees at accredited institutions. Next question.
How much has EAF offered in scholarships to support lifelong learning?
Oh my gosh, EAF has awarded over $6 million to students pursuing higher education through a variety of merit and need-based programs. Great question.
Do I need to be enrolled in college to be considered for a fellowship?
Well, our fellowships are awarded to individuals and organizations working on projects or research to improve the quality of life for others. They do not require enrollment in an academic institution. Thank you. Any others?
Yes, we have someone that is interested in community assistance grants. If they have a project in mind to apply for a community assistance grant, how do they know that the project goals will be acceptable?
I see. So eligible projects must address one of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority's signature program initiatives. And you can go to our aka1908.com website and get a full explanation of the current program initiatives. Currently, right now, under the leadership of our international president, Danette Anthony Reed, you can find more and learn more about those program initiatives. Any other questions?
Yes, here's another great question. Are scholarship opportunities available to diverse students?
Absolutely. EAF supports students without regard to sex, race, creed, color, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or disability. We accept all students.
And
Next
we
question.
just had two next questions hot off the press. If I want to find out more details about services offered by the Educational Advancement Foundation, Inc., is there a summary report to review?
Absolutely. The detailed 2022 Soaring to Greater Heights of Academic Achievement annual report can be accessed online. It's at our akaeaf.org website, and it was just released, so you can go online and review our annual report. That's a great question. Thank you.
And the last question that I see, someone thinks that we have such a great organization and wants to know how long has it been in existence to help students?
Oh, sure. The Educational Advancement Foundation was founded in 1980 by Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and we have a very long, rich history of providing service to students. And again, you can go to the website, akaeaf.org, to review our history and find out more. Thank you so much. So now you may be wondering how our applications are actually scored. So our next presenter this morning is Dr. Judy Thomas. She is our EAF ambassador from Cluster 5, and she's going to explain the scoring guidelines used when reviewing the scholarship applications. Dr. Thomas?
Thank you, Mrs. Pruitt. It is my esteemed honor to share in today's important discussion. To our audience, thus far, you've heard pertinent details about the type of scholarships, deadlines to apply for those scholarships, and the process to complete your scholarship application in the scholarship portal. We have to use the scholarship portal. So at this time, I will share key elements to pertaining to the standard objective scoring process for undergraduate and graduate merit scholarships. Now, for you to be successful, it is critical that you follow these guidelines. And so step one, it is imperative to read all instructions carefully before beginning the application. The scholarship evaluators use a scoring rubric to ensure that each applicant has met the designated requirements. And with that being said, you want to make sure you take the time and plan accordingly as you are completing your application. Now, for undergraduate merit scholarship applications, the judges will review the following. First of all, your academic achievement and educational background. Your transcript and your grade point average will be reviewed. So pay strict attention to the specific guidelines in terms of what you need to do to upload your transcript, because you would not want to be excluded from the scholarship opportunity having not submitted a current and official transcript. Also, the judges will review your honors, awards, and your achievements, your leadership and your volunteer activities, letters of recommendations, and personal references. Now, when you are completing the application, you will see that there are certain dates and signatures, as well as the number of letters that must be submitted. So please make certain your persons that are submitting your recommendations, they're current and they have a signature. Also, your personal goals will be evaluated, and you will need to submit that essay. Make sure it's accurate in terms of all information and that you are submitting. Now let's go over to the graduate merit scholarship application. Pretty much some of the same items, but I'll highlight those also. But one thing that's different with the graduate merit scholarship application is that if the applicant is a first-time graduate student, proof of acceptance to a graduate program is required. So that will be one of the major forms of documentation you want to make sure you secure when you're ready to start the application process. The transcript will be reviewed, and your academic achievement, both undergraduate and your current graduate GPA, leadership and volunteer activities, your scholarly pursuits. Now, and what does that entail? That will be an essay where you will have an opportunity to highlight any internships, any fellowships, any research projects that you've been involved in, and any other scholarly pursuits. You want to take the time to think that through and talk about how you benefited from those experiences. And then your personal goals in the undergraduate application. Well, this is an extension in the graduate application process review, whereas you also need to talk about your personal career goals, your aspirations, your timeline for achieving some of those goals, etc. So that gave you a quick overview of the objective process. Again, the judges are using a standard rubric to evaluate all of the applications that are received for fairness and to ensure that everyone has met the requirements as outlined by the scholarship website and all of the details that you have received earlier today in today's session. Now, in conclusion, prior to submitting your application, just a few more things. You are strongly encouraged to closely review each step. Have I completed each step that was required? You want to confirm that for accuracy. You want to make certain also that you have reviewed all of your grammar, your spelling, and you want to make sure that everything is thorough and exact as it has been requested on your scholarship application. Now, I wish you much success in pursuing lifelong and learning opportunities. There are many that are offered by Alpha Kappa Alpha Educational Advancement Foundation Incorporated. We've been offering these opportunities for over 40 years, and we look forward to you being a recipient of one of these great scholarships or fellowships that you'll hear more about coming up in the next segment of today's informational session. So I would like to return to our moderator, Mrs. Pruitt, and again, thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for sharing the scoring guidelines and equipping our students with the knowledge they need to successfully submit their applications. Now we'll move to our next presentation and hear from Dr. Sarah Simmons, EAF Ambassador from Cluster 8, who will share other available opportunities like fellowships and community assistance grants.
Thank you, Ms. Pruitt. My name is Dr. Sarah Simmons. I am excited today to have this opportunity to share with you about fellowships. Fellowships added to EAF arrays of program in 1995. Fellowships do not require enrollment in an academic institution. These awards help to improve the quality of life of others by funding research and projects with practical application. Foundation fellowships have been awarded to individuals for a wide range of purpose, from assistance in finding nonviolent solutions to human disputes, to conducting research on hypertension and the impact of nuclear on marine life. Fellowship applications are due on April 15th. Awards will be announced in August 2024. Let me share with you the types of fellowships. First of all, let's talk about the corporate 3M fellowship, and that is to support students pursuing a degree in STEM-related fields. There are several different types of fellowships, and I'm going to share with you some names of colleges. I won't be able to share all, but I want you to just know that Fisk University has a HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Florida A&M University has an Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Florida Memorial has a HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Fort Valley State has a HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Hampton University HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Howard University has a HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. Morehouse College has a HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund. South Carolina State University has a fellowship fund. Tennessee State has an Honor Roll Fellowship Fund, and Tuskegee University has Gamma Kappa EAF Fellowship Fund. You can be elevated and inclusive. Now, there are others that have different types of fellowship funds, and I want to name a few of these universities and colleges. Alabama State University Fellowship Fund, Albany State University Fellowship Fund, Benedict College HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund, Bethune-Cookman HBCU Honor Roll Fellowship Fund, Clark University HBCU Fellowship Fund, and Edward Waters University HBCU Fellowship Fund. There are several universities and college community assistance awards. Community assistance awards are a one-time award to a nonprofit organization implementing projects addressing one of the pragmatic thrusts of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and they are to empower our families, build our economic wealth, enhance our environment, advocate for social justice, uplift our community, strengthen our sisterhood. Again, the deadline is August the 15th, 2024. Now, one reminder as I leave, don't forget the process, how to fill out an application. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Simmons. Well, our time this morning is almost up, but before we close, I would like to thank everyone for attending the session. I hope you found the information valuable. Special thanks to our EAF ambassadors for coordinating the session today. A copy will be available for replay right here on the Ivy News Network. And special thanks to our tech team who's working behind the scenes to make it all possible. Again, thank you and enjoy your day.